Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and ahead of Christmas, I just wanted to go ahead and post a video, and this is how to use the Schwinn IC4 for the first time. So maybe you realize, hey, you're really out of shape, and maybe you got to open a Christmas present early, and maybe that was an IC4, and maybe you're wanting to, to fast track learning how to use it, or maybe you're not getting it until Christmas, or maybe this is way past Christmas and you're shopping for the Schwinn IC4. By the way, you can find the IC4, the mat, the shoes, the smart TV like I use. Expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find it all there. Within this video, we're just going to step through some of the basics. Obviously, if you have not yet assembled the Schwinn IC4, check out, I've got a separate video that I filmed assembling the IC4 step by step. It didn't take that long. Obviously not something you want to rush, because you want to make sure it's assembled properly. But it was very straightforward, very easy. I did it all by myself. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you've got your Schwinn IC4 set up in a location where there's plenty of room. You can walk around it. You don't want to feel confined when you're pedaling. You don't want to be like this, man. You want to have space so you can stretch out, you can feel at ease. You can get that cardio workout and help to reduce the size of your gut. If you're fat, you may not be fat. I'm fat, but you may not be. But it's good if you're in shape already to maintain that physique. So yeah, make sure you've got a good area to set up your Schwinn IC4. Preferably, you may want to set it up if your your residence or office or wherever you're putting it is set up in a way where you can do it. Put it in front of a smart TV. And we're going to get to that in a minute. You don't have to have it in front of a smart TV. But what you do have to have is a power outlet nearby. If it's not too close, you may have to get an extension cord, because this computer on your Schwinn IC4 is going to have to be powered on when you ride. So, and the next thing you want to do, make sure that everything is tight. So once you adjust it, and actually, we're gonna kind of go through that. So how do you adjust it? This is a matter of personal preference. My belly is right here. My belt's right there. So what I do is I stand beside the seat and kind of put my leg up in an L. And if I got a perfect L, I want that seat to kind of be, at the top of my. So if I'm standing right beside it, you can see I got a 90-degree angle, an L right there. And you can see the seat's about the same height. So that's how I want the seat. So adjust your seat. After you get it the desired height, make sure this is tightened in. And then you can also slide the seat forward, or you can slide the seat backwards. Again, matter of personal preference. So get your height right. Then your handlebars. This is another matter of personal preference. My handlebars are slightly higher than my seat. That's a matter of how you like to ride. I like this because when I'm not standing, I can comfortably lean over, grab onto these, and simulate, the feel of being on a traditional bicycle, like a road bike. And make sure that your handlebars are tightened, after you adjust that. And also the handlebars can slide forward or they can slide backwards. Again, a matter of personal preference. Everybody's body's a different shape and a different height. So, do what works for you. One thing that I recommend, you can see here, I've still got the little tab, the protective clear plastic piece that was on this out of the box. I left that on. And I can still use my display, but I left that on because, as you sweat, because you're going to sweat a lot, man, because this is a great workout. But, that may better protect the computer. So for that reason, I left it on. I also left the little protective plastic piece over the Schwinn logo. I like to keep things looking nice. Sweat, of course, contains a lot of salt. So if you sweat, it could corrode stuff. So for that reason, after every workout, I get a wet towel, a moist towel, and I wipe it down very thoroughly because I want to prolong my investment. So we've talked about the adjustment of the seat, the handlebars, obviously forward, backwards, up or down for either. The next thing you want to talk about is your pedals. Now, if you've watched my other Schwinn IC4 videos, and if you haven't, Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. But if you haven't watched my other Schwinn IC4 videos, you may be unaware that I was hit by a car when I was riding a road bike. And, you know, that's why I don't ride road bikes anymore, and I do, you know, I limit my cycling to indoor on my Schwinn IC4. Also, if you haven't watched my other videos, I broke every bone in my right hand and my chin riding clipless pedals, you know, the shoes that clip to the pedal. They make your pedaling more efficient. But I'm terrified of them. And people laugh at me, man, why do you not ride clipless? Because I broke every bone in my right hand and my chin. So that's my reason. The good news with the IC4 is that on one side, you've got standard toe cages. So you can get, and you can find these shoes linked with, well, not these shoes, but this type of shoe linked within this video's description, along with the IC4 and the mat and the other accessories. But I like these because they're flat, and I just stick them in to my toe cage and I pedal. You know, there's no sort of clamp or anything on here. These just go in and you pedal. They feel really good. Now, if you do like the ones that clip in, which curiously enough, one would think they would be called clip pedals or something, but they're actually called clipless. And so if you go into you know, you can expand this video's description and click the link there to find cycling shoes. But if you're looking for cycling shoes, you just attach the type of cleat that came with the IC4 to the shoe, and then you can use that shoe in conjunction with the IC4's pedals. Now, the advantage to that is that, you know, it supposedly makes your pedaling a lot more efficient. I've had no problems with efficiency with these shoes. Now, typical, you know, like hiking or running shoes, they may not be as good because they may have a tread pattern that doesn't feel as good on the pedal. That's why I highly encourage you to check out these shoes linked within this video's description if you want something good and flat and that also feels firm when you're pedaling. You know, it's got a good, you feel like you're connected with the pedal even though there's nothing on these shoes to connect it. But if you're, you know, if you're looking for the shoes that do attach, you can find those types of shoes linked within this video's description too. So that covers your pedaling. You know, obviously you're gonna power this sucker on, right? And to power it on, it's got to be plugged in. So it's plugged into the wall, and once you start pedaling forward, you will see your display light up. The top part of your display is your RPM, revolutions per minute. And curiously enough, RPM is apparently the same thing as cadence. So if you're wanting to know what your cadence or your RPM is while pedaling, look at that very top row. It's got little bars that'll go across. It doesn't display a number for cadence or RPM. It's got these bars that go across. The next thing you'll see is your time. That's how many minutes and seconds that you've been pedaling. The calories, estimated calories burned, speed, you know, either miles per hour, kilometers per hour, depending upon the side of the pond that you're on. You can toggle between kilometers per hour and miles per hour. Likewise, if you're on one side of the pond but you still want to use kilometers per hour, you can do that. You know, it's a matter of personal choice. And maybe you live on this side of the pond and the other side of the pond. Maybe you're ultra wealthy and you got a bunch of houses. That's cool. Maybe you want to do kilometers per hour when you're in Europe, and you want to do miles per hour when you're at your house in the United States of America. You can do that. So distance, that's the estimated virtual distance traveled. Level is your resistance. So this knob right here, you turn it to the right, it'll increase the resistance. This number will go up. If you turn it to the left, it'll decrease the resistance. The number will go down. It goes between 0 and 100 is the resistance range. The bottom line is pulse. So if you use the, it came with a little heart rate monitor strap. If you use that, this can pair, you know, you put this on your wrist, this pairs with your Schwinn IC4's computer and you get your pulse. So if you don't want to get fancy, you don't want to get a subscription or whatever, you can simply put on, you don't even have to wear the heart rate monitor if you don't want to. But if you do, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You plug this sucker in, this thing's ready to go. You know, you can start pedaling, you can track your virtual, your virtual distance, your time, everything we just mentioned, your estimated calories, that will work. You can put it in front of a TV. You can watch YouTube if you want to do that. If you want to do that while you're working out, you can put your phone or your tablet right here in the integrated tablet holder. So you could surf the internet or conduct business or whatever you do while you work out. Personally, I don't put anything there. I don't want distractions. So that is the most simplistic way to use the IC4. But let's take it to the next level, because you may be watching this around Christmas Eve or Christmas. You may have gotten fat like a lot of us have, and you may be excited to start trying to burn that fat off, burn that fat off. So you may need something to motivate you. So that's where it gets a little bit interesting with this, and I really love this bike. So this right here is the Apple Watch, and I can strap this on. With the Apple Watch, I've got a ton of options. So with the Apple Watch, and what I recommend at the time of filming this, Christmas Eve of 2020, I recommend Apple Fitness Plus. Before Apple Fitness Plus, the Peloton app was my favorite, and Peloton app is still awesome. Both the Peloton app and Apple Fitness Plus, you can use your Apple Watch and you can track a lot of stats. So, this Apple Watch is going to give you a lot more in-depth estimations as far as calories burned, just a lot more metrics than you get with just the bike itself. With the bike itself, you've just got your pulse, if you connect the included heart rate monitor, and you've got your RPM or your cadence, the revolutions per minute. So you put the Apple Watch on, because Apple's so cool, this little device on your wrist can provide you a lot more depth as far as your, as far as estimated calories burned and that sort of stuff. So I always wear my Apple Watch. Now, check out my other videos, because I got videos where I talk about the Peloton app with the Schwinn IC4, and I've got other videos where I talk about Apple Fitness Plus with the Schwinn IC4. Both are great experiences, and the only reason that I used and happily used Peloton app for many months, but then switched to Apple Fitness Plus, is because admittedly I'm a huge Apple fanboy. So, having something that is so well integrated within the Apple ecosystem, for me, I couldn't use anything else. And laugh, say negative things down below, whatever you want to. That's my personal preference. Also, and all of this is subject to change, and I don't chat numbers, check out Apple Fitness Plus or Peloton app on your own if you want to see the subscription fees. But currently, at least, to my understanding, there's some good deals if you're going to use more than one rider for your IC4. So Apple Fitness Plus makes it super simple, and we're going to talk about the next step here and why I like Apple Fitness Plus. So for example, all that I do, and check out my other video where I demonstrate Apple Fitness Plus in action, but all that I do when I'm ready to ride Apple Fitness Plus is I get my Apple TV 4K remote, I put on my Apple Watch from my remote on my Apple TV 4K, which is in front of my bike. I go into the cycling portion of Apple Fitness Plus, and then it says, "Who are you?" And I say, "Oh, I'm Ed." And I push a button on my Apple Watch when it tells me to do it, and then I'm riding. So if it's my wife, if she logs in with her account and has her Apple Watch, same thing. It's great, because all that you have to do if you're in a shared environment, just what I recommend doing is taking a photo of your seat, taking a photo of your seat height, taking a photo of the handlebar position, taking a photo of the handlebar height. And then that way, if you're using your IC4 in a family environment or other shared environment, you can quickly change the bike to fit you. And then when you hop on it and when you go into Apple Fitness Plus through the Apple TV 4K, it just says, "Who are you?" Well, I'm Ed. So I select Ed, I hit OK on my Apple Watch, and I am ready to rock and roll. So it's super simple. The ease of use of Apple Fitness Plus, especially when you've got multiple people in your household using your IC4, makes it so much better in my opinion. So, and there are other options out there. Check out my other videos I've reviewed, and it's a very good product. Runs on Windows, Mac OS, I think iPhone, and Apple TV 4K. It's called Zwift, Z-W-I-F-T. So if you're looking for something that's more like a virtual road biking type experience, you may find that Zwift is the best for you. And like Apple Fitness Plus, Zwift makes it easy for multiple family members to, just simply log into the Zwift experience. But for me, I wanted the type of experience where it felt like I was in a gym. And that's what Apple Fitness Plus gives me. That's what Peloton app gives me. The difference between the two, again, I'm an Apple fanboy. The biggest differentiator is, well, the price. And again, I don't quote numbers. Check out the prices on your own. But at least currently, Apple Fitness Plus is more affordable for me. It's more tightly integrated with my Apple ecosystem. And also, I like an Apple Fitness Plus when you're doing the training. Whereas at least currently in Peloton app, it's the trainer. That's it. The Apple Fitness Plus, at least currently, when you're doing it, you've got your trainer in front of you. The camera moves around to just kind of liven up the virtual cycling experience. And you see other people in the room, but the other people that are in the room also riding are also trainers for Apple Fitness Plus. So it's really cool. It better humanizes the virtual cycling experience because you feel like you're in a gym with other people. And I know that sounds silly to comment about that, but it's important. So again, you don't have to use any of these apps. If you just want to plug in your IC4 and you don't even want to use your heart rate monitor, you just want to get on it and pedal. That's easy. You just get on it, you turn the knob to the left to make it easier to pedal, turn it to the right, make it harder to pedal. You don't have to deal with the heart rate or any of that if you don't want to. And you don't have to put it in front of a TV. I mean, you can just stare at a wall. You can do whatever you want to do. But the main thing is it's a great workout. I know I'm not the best example because I just eat so much junk. I just eat so much junk. But if I didn't work out every day, I would be super fat. So, my thing is, and I call it the rule of 4 fingers. If I can put 4 fingers down my pants and 4 fingers are still fit, then that tells me I'm not too fat. Because if I can't fit all 4 fingers, that is a warning for me to say, hey man, go on your binge diet, go on your, your tuna and water and, no sweets, none, just really binge. And then I really drop weight quickly and then I can start getting fat again. But the thing is, cardio is so important. And Schwinn IC4 is not the only cardio that I do. I'm a huge backpacker, do a ton of backpacking. Check out my backpacking videos. Subscribe to my channel and check those out. Unfortunately, I don't do any sort of cycling outdoors anymore because of texting while driving. People will hit you, and I've been hit by a car that, was texting while driving. So, yeah, this is your introductory video. I hope that I explained this well. But if I didn't, and even if I did, you've probably still got questions. So please post your questions, post your comments below. I am thrilled to try to answer your questions within upcoming videos. So subscribe to my channel, ring that bell icon when you do, and what that'll do is notify you whenever I post another video. Ask as many questions as you want to because I'm trying to film a ton of videos. I love this thing. And I love filming videos and editing videos. So, just ask away. I hope this helped. And if you're looking for the IC4, the mat like I use the shoes, the other accessories too, expand this video's description and then click the link there. Thanks for your viewership and best of luck with your fitness goals. Whether you're watching this on Christmas Eve of 2020, or if you're watching it far in the future. Maybe you're watching it far in the future and like, hey man, I started doing that and I've dropped so much weight. All power to you. And don't sit on your lazy butt and wait until, New Year's Eve or New Year's to start your workout routine. Dude, just work out all the time. Work out daily. Maybe skip one day a week or whatever. Check with your personal trainer. I'm not a personal trainer. And find out, what's optimal for you. I work out every day. And it doesn't show that much because I eat so much junk. But I still work out every day. So all power to you. Best of success. Make yourself look good, man. And y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.